What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of REV. We're starting off hot. We had the lovely Soul.
Hi guys, I meant to do a 3, 2, 1, and I did a 1, and then I was like,
I know. Yeah.
I was like,
Thankfully, this is like episode 345, and I know exactly.
And we're live,
and we're live. So I know that. Hey, sometimes we go live. We don't go live when we think we're live for about a good 30 seconds. I've done that before, so
sometimes
that's
brains just don't work.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's like it's 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and kind of brains don't do good like they're supposed to. You know who's not doing good? The Reds. You know who's doing okay, a little bit better? The Red Sox. As we run the bases, because the Reds they get to the Central and we play the Cubs and we blow the first game. We lose in extra innings yesterday, and another guy is hurt. So that's great. It's great. I had fun. It was fun. But the inevitable always happens with the Reds. And I'm tired of it. I just want us to be consistent for one time. We still are 20-16. But the thing is the rest of our division is good too. And I hate it. So.
Red Sox won a series, though.
They did. They're 16-21, but they've won 3 in a row. So look out, guys.
Look out.
Look out. Their player ran because they basically fired everybody. No, it's not technically player ran, but you get what I'm saying on that. But yeah, no, the Yankees are still kicking. The Rays aren't doing pretty good too. I want to talk more about baseball, but the inevitable is going to happen with the Dodgers, and so it just doesn't make it as fun.
And it's still really early.
Yeah.
So there's no time to panic now.
No, I'm not hitting the panic button at all. I just wish that the rest of our division was terrible. But they're not. But let's check in with the smallest payroll in the world. The Miami Marlins are 16-21. So yeah, that payroll caught up to them.
Yep.
But hey, the A's are still atop of the West at 18-18, even though the Mariners are 18-20. So yeah, I wish can we swap places with the A's? That'd be cool. But no, everybody's got to be good in our division. I knew the Cubs were going to be good. Okay, they really built had a decent offseason.
So early.
Yeah, but this show wouldn't be correct if I wasn't in misery about something, because some other fandom that I like to pick fun at is in misery right now. But don't worry, you got a bright spot. You got a little bitty bright spot that you get to look forward to.
And the funniest thing about you being in misery with your team is that you have teams all over the United States that you root for, and you still find a way to be miserable.
No, there's glimmer of hope. Okay, we've done the circle. We know how my circle of fandom works. Louisville, as far as basketball and football, they have basketball-wise, we have the number 1 transfer portal class, the number 1 transfer player, depending on which site you go to. He's either 1, 2, or 3. Coming in next year, as long as he doesn't decide to go the NBA draft and be a late first-round draft pick, because honestly, he's getting paid more to be at Louisville than he is to be a late first-round draft pick. But we'll see on that. So yeah, it's good. UK, their coach is so bad at recruiting that they had him do he went to Israel he flew to Israel to recruit this player. He flew all the way there, and in 48 hours, he commits to another school. So congratulations, you did that. So that's fun. As far as like good things happening, like I said, Dallas had a good draft. I was really excited to get Caleb down. So there's good stuff there. George Pickens did do the franchise tag. Hopefully we don't trade him. And as long as George is George. So there is still things for me to look forward to. It's just right now the Reds are beating the Cubs. And I just really wanted to win one game against the Cubs. And they just can't do it.
Yet.
Yeah. But no. Yeah, the Yankees are good. Tampa's good. That was to be expected. I knew it's probably gonna be, unless Cleveland falls off the map, it's probably gonna be between Cleveland and Detroit. Atlanta's playing really good ball, and then you have the Dodgers. As far as the worst team in baseball, well, Mets did win 2 in a row, but yeah.
Hey, money does not buy everything.
No, but it buys wave runners, and those are fun.
True. Ready to talk?
Round 1, Minnesota took down Denver. The Lakers take out the Rockets, and the New York Knicks destroy the Atlanta Hawks in Game 6. Good God. I think it was a 54-56 point win.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Shaq checked in in Atlanta. Let's see how he is a doctor. Let's see how Dr. Shaq did in his thing.
3-36 at the half.
Shaq working
crazy score.
Resuscitation. Hey, white flag going up.
Hey, America.
Shit.
It's so hard to say goodbye to our.
Oh, jeez.
Gonna miss you, Harry.
Well trained, though.
Yeah, it certainly is. It is 83-36 at the break. 80.
The NBA, now it's on ESPN, but the NBA, formerly NBA on TNT, still the best post NBA. Sometimes that show is better than the game itself.
True. Facts.
Yeah. But yeah, as we've got going on here, Philadelphia eliminated Boston, came back from 3-1 and eliminated Boston.
Yeah.
That ain't something. Was not expecting to see that.
Nope.
But turns out either Philadelphia, that was a fluke by them because they got destroyed by the Knicks, or the Knicks are on a tear. One of the other. So,
and we'll get into it later when we get to the hockey segment. But since both the Celtics and the Bruins are eliminated, the TD Garden is available for the Boston Fleet. So they should just have the Boston Fleet play at TD Garden. Like, it's available. The boys fucked up. Give it to the girls.
Might as well. Now, who knows if they just give it to them or you have to pay. I don't know the whole thing about it, but yeah, just do it. Just give it to them. Have someone win in that building.
Yeah. But that was crazy, though, with Philly taking up Boston, because I have friends who are Boston sports fans, and they were like, we're just fucking around, aren't we? Goes, but we'll win Game 7. And it's just like, nope.
Once Jason Tatum got his calf strain, and a calf strain could lead to an ACL tear, which happened to Tatum last year. So they're like, he'll play. I'm like, no, he's not. He's not. They're not. They are not. He probably wants to play, but they're not. The organization is not going to go through that again with their franchise player. But Jaylen Brown should have been good enough, but they weren't. They just weren't. They couldn't hit. When you bomb that many threes, you live and die by the three. These things can tend to get away from you. And their defense just didn't match up, because they were, when they won it, they were the best defensive team. As much as they don't play defense, they do. And that's what
defense wins championships. And then not every team is the Golden State Warriors, as we've said multiple times.
Yeah.
And as cool as it is to see people shoot threes, it can't be the whole game kind of thing. And if you're not hot, go into the paint, mid-range, do something else. Stop trying to shoot from the 3-point line.
Yep. Yeah, you just got to do something different, but that's just how they do things. And I mean, obviously they try and do it in college, and it does. Do you think it doesn't work in the NBA? It sure as heck don't work in the college, because you don't have nearly the caliber of player 1 through 5 or 1 through 8 or 9, whichever is the rotation, to be able to keep that up. The Boston Celtics, I thought could, but Peyton Pritchard wasn't Peyton Pritchard that he's been all season. Jaylen Brown, obviously, and Jason Tatum was hurt. And Paul George played really well. Tyrese Maxey is that mid-range guy. He was unconscious. And then Joel Embiid was healthy enough to pull him through. He didn't play tonight, and that's another reason why they lost tonight. But to go down 2-0 to the Knicks. But at the end of the day, now before we get to the rest of it, just long story short, whoever wins the East is vying for second place. I don't see anyone in the East winning it the way Oklahoma City, the way Minnesota, and the Spurs, because Minnesota took it to the Spurs. I was not expecting. I'm still expecting OKC and the Spurs to figure at least the Spurs to figure it out. Mm-hmm. But whoever wins in the East is probably going to lose.
Minnesota's on a tear, though.
Yeah. Oh no, they took it right to Wemby. They took it to Wemby. Wemby had like 13 blocks, didn't care. Might as well just go ahead, throw it up, and then we'll get the deflection. Well, after he blocks it, we'll get the follow back. And that's what they did. And that strategy worked, at least for the first game. We'll see how it does tonight as they're playing. Where they are, and they're right now, San Antonio's up by 9. But I mean, it's early. So who knows? But yeah, no. And just going back to it, Orlando also blew a 3-1 lead. And Detroit ends up winning the series after their round 1 exit. Head coach Jamal Mosley was like, "Oh, getting to the playoffs doesn't cut it."
Yeah,
we've seen this in multiple sports. It's not just basketball. If you invest what you expect to invest, and he's been there for a while, and they haven't gotten past the first round. Now, granted, they were an 8 seed, but they shouldn't have been an 8 seed. That team is a good team.
It's a good team, and also, even if you are an 8 seed, you can't blow a 3-1 lead.
No.
And expect to keep your job.
No. Can't do it.
Even if, like, I know some people are just like, what's he supposed to do? Shoot the ball for the players? Like, if the players are breaking it, like, obviously, but it's unfair. You're the coach. You're going to take the fall for it. So, the fact that we have 2 3-1 leads that were taken over in the round 1, like, that's not something we expected to see this year, and it's happened.
It has happened. Then the Raptors had a buzzer beater to win Game 6. Now the Cavs ended up winning the series, but we can't not show the buzzer beater.
They're looking for a turnover forced before a foul. Schroeder got it ahead to Mobley, out of bounds. Big call, Raptors ball. Raptors looking to force a Game 7. Down 1. Barnes on the move. Toss out, Barrett 3.
Yeah, how that ball went.
Heel and in. Can you believe it?
Oh, Toronto, you get a little bit of happiness before heartbreak.
It's a shot that never should have happened for Toronto because of the turnover by Schroeder. It's a result that you would think couldn't happen, from Tyrese Halliburton to Paolo Banchero to R.J. Barrett. The heel has been kind, and a massive 3 for the homegrown hero.
Well, Toronto, here's the good news. At least your basketball team can make the playoffs. So
yeah.
It's last.
But how does the
major
city
sports?
Oh, go ahead.
No, your last championship was in basketball.
Yeah.
Wasn't it hockey? Was it?
No. But how does Game 7s fare for the city of Toronto?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
I think we got a video.
Yeah.
And the defending Stanley Cup champions move on to the Eastern Conference Final. And the song remains the same.
Poor Toronto.
short.
have won the World Series. They have beaten the Blue Jays, and they will be eliminated. Terrific season for the Raptors. Take it to 7. Comes to an end. The Cleveland Cavaliers advance to round 2.
You know, we don't really get that many national television games, and we're across the border, but some people don't really see it. But we work hard, we fight. Can't really do nothing for their opinion, but we just know how we are together. We're gonna fight. We're gonna work hard. We're gonna scrap.
Well, they're scrapping in at their own homes now. So no, obviously, don't actually scrap at your own home. don't. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on.
Move on, Josh. Move on. But yeah, no, I don't feel bad for Toronto, but I feel bad for Toronto.
Yeah, I feel bad for Toronto because it's the two sports they obviously don't eat, breathe, and sleep. This is the consolation for them. It's kind of like when, that's why Canada was pissed that we took gold. It's like at the end of the day, we're going to move on to March Madness. If they would have won the championship, yeah, they would have had a parade, but they still would have been right in 2 days. It would have been right back to, all right, how are we going to do our squad together? Who's going to be our roundabout on Maple Leafs? So it's just, but yeah, no, I really felt bad for the Blue Jays.
I did too. I was rooting for the Blue Jays.
Yeah. Especially
as much as I love Kike.
Yeah, you like Kike?
Much. I love him so much.
You like Kike? And then I'm a big Freddie guy.
We're both big Freddie fans as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, no. But yeah, as far as the conference semifinals, the Thunder beat the Lakers in Game 1, 108-90. Minnesota wins Game 1, 104-102. The Knicks beat the 76ers 137-98, and then they also won tonight 108-102. So they are up 2-0 on the 76ers. And the Pistons won Game 1, 111-101 against the Cavs. And I believe the Cavs and them are back in action. Yes, tomorrow night at 7:00. And so are the Lakers and the Thunder. Now, the big discussion was obviously it's going to be SGA and flopping. It's not fun basketball the way he does it. But if it works for you and you win, who cares?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's not entertaining to me, but their job is to win.
Yeah, I usually don't get mad at players if they play into the refs because that's the part of the game. It's the game within the game.
Yeah.
And if the refs want to play in your favor, then you're doing a good job of making your team win or get favorable outcomes. And when you're playing against players like that are able to, does it anger you? Of course. But I'm never going to get mad at SGA for doing it because it's working for him. Is it annoying? Yes. But am I mad at him? No.
Nope. Hey, if it works.
If it works, it works.
Do it. You're winning.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get scrutiny for it, but he don't care. He's gonna be like when people giving Kobe on the sidelines. He's gonna start when he counted to 5. How many rings he had when they kept giving him shit. That's all. SGA is gonna sit there. He's gonna sit there and hold his championship and his MVP, and he's gonna be like, "What? I can't hear you. I don't know what he's talking about." So yeah, scrutinize them all you want, but if the refs are allowed, like you're saying, keep doing it.
Yeah. Well, we got some action on the women's side. I mean, it doesn't start till Friday, but there's been a little bit of action so far in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
So the WNBA season starts this Friday with the Connecticut Sun taking on the New York Liberty, the Washington Mystics taking on the Toronto Tempo in their inaugural year, and the Golden State Valkyries taking on the Seattle Storm. We've had some fun preseason games where we got to see the rookies play and seeing how they fare out. Now, again, it's preseason, so don't take preseason with a grain of salt, but still, it is to show these rookie talents going against actual professionals, even though technically, yeah, they're professionals now too, but they're rookies, It's fun to see Paige and AZ play together again, and it looks like the Wings will have a better season this year than last year, which is a very low bar, but still, it's looking a lot better than last year for them. You can see Steph White is really happy with Raven Johnson, so I'm very interested in how Steph White is going to utilize her and Caitlin Clark together, because I can see her giving Raven Johnson being like the main point guard and allowing Caitlin to be more of a shooting guard. I can see kind of that playing around. So it's going to be very interesting to see if both of them will end up on the court together, which I think there's some fun stuff to do there.
You're definitely going to experiment with it. It's a fun experiment to have. If I had that, that's what they say. It's like, that's going to be a problem. Give me that problem. I will gladly take that problem.
Yeah. And then Flage is playing well so far in Seattle. And there was this really cool picture where she's jumping real high and Sue Bird is courtside. And it's like, basically she's over Sue Bird and she's like, I'm going to get Sue to sign this picture for me. So she seems to be having fun in Seattle. I think she also went to, what are the Seattle PWHL team called? I'm forgetting. But she went to one of those games too, and she was like giving out the starting lineup in the locker room. She looks to be loving the city of Seattle so far.
Seattle
really. Torrent. Thank you. One story that was playing out is that the New York Liberty didn't re-sign Natasha Cloud, and throughout the preseason, no team had signed her, and people are like, what's going on? Why is Natasha Cloud not being signed for a team? Like, just look at her defense. You and I are big fans of Natasha Cloud, both personality-wise, but also as a player. She's a really good player. And then on Monday, the Chicago Sky waived Haley Van Lith and signed Natasha Cloud. So she is now a Chicago Sky. Thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah. If you had a choice between Natasha Cloud and Haley Van Lith, it's no brainer.
Yeah.
On that. I mean, yeah, I know Haley's she came off her rookie year last year.
Mm-hmm.
First round draft pick, all of that, but she's been struggling. It's call what it is. She's been struggling. Hopefully she finds a landing spot that they can utilize her skill set. But like we were saying off air, the problem with Haley is she's such a tweener. Her offensive capabilities don't overcompensate her lack of defensive skills. And so you're just kind of in that, when can I play her? And does her it's all that plus minus, like her plus minus just isn't there.
Yeah.
And especially compared to
Natasha Cloud.
So
yeah. Sometimes she had the best plus minus on the team for the New York Liberty in certain games.
So at the end of the day, you take Natasha Cloud, go guard her. Done. I've done my coaching. Like guard her. Okay, got it. Yeah, don't have to worry about that. You can put her on an island, and then you can do whatever you want. That is surprisingly that she was floating around, but it just certain squads already had their squads. But yeah, Natasha Cloud for sure. Give me 1,000 Natasha Clouds the way she plays defense.
And now the Chicago Sky have Skylar Diggins and Natasha Cloud. Yeah. So there's got to be some marketing that they do there. Now, Josh, you are known for doing way too early picks for winning championships. So if you were to pick your way too early WNBA championship for knowing ball when it comes to women's basketball, who are you going with?
Well, I picked the Lynx last year and they let me down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just going to say the Fever. I'll throw the Fever out there. Let's see if we get a healthy Caitlin Clark and we get that tandem and Steph White gets to work her magic with that team. So yeah, if obviously health plays a big part of it, but the Fever played their butt off without Clark, and then some other major injuries that happened with Steph Cunningham.
Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah, Sophie Cunningham went out. Like they had a lot of key players go out, and they still battled and won a series. So stay healthy. Knock on all the wood. I like the Fever.
Now I have. This is going to sound so cheating because I'm never going to doubt a team that has Asia Wilson and Chelsea Gray on it. So, but can they go 4 championships in 5 years? That would be a dynasty. They're already a dynasty, but that would be really cementing their dynasty. As you know, I'm a New York Liberty fan, and I can't count out Sabrina Ionesco and Brianna Stewart. Yeah. I really like the Dallas Wings this year with Paige, with AZ. They got Alana Smith, who was on the Minnesota Lynx last year, and co-defensive player of the year with Asia, although Asia should have won that solo, but that's a conversation for another time and a conversation that we had last year. But so I'm kind of going, those are my 3. Those are my 3 of like that I'm seeing.
I honestly, the easy one would have been like Laces, run it back, or the Liberty. I wanted to go with someone that hasn't won it, but it still has the ingredients.
The Wings haven't.
Yeah, but the Wings were so bad last year. I know they added AZ. They have a new coach, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't
looking good in preseason,
but there's a lot of ground to make up for them, and they did add some new parts. Whereas the Fever kind of been a year established, and they were just injuries that defaults them. I don't still think they would have beat the Lynx or the Aces last year, but we never got to know at full strength if the Fever were better or worse than those 2 teams, or even the Liberty, and that standpoint.
Liberty now, like they lost Niara Sabally in the expansion draft to Toronto. But they picked up Satu Sabally, her sister, who arguably of the Sabalys, both are great basketball players, but Satu is a better player than her sister. So they got the better sister out of it, going from Phoenix to New York. And then I don't think they're going to win, but I really like Atlanta's squad. I really like their squad.
They just don't stack up the other teams that we just listed, though. That's the thing. Yeah. Especially once BG left. If BG was still there, I might have. I was kind of leaning that way going into the season, but once BG left, I was like, they just don't. They're missing that extra ingredient that the other ones that we listed have.
So it's going to be a fun season. It's going to see how everything shakes up, and we got 2 new teams, Toronto and Portland. So that'll be Toronto. They have Sandy Brondello as their coach, so even though they're a new team, like, you know how I feel about Sandy. So
yeah, well, I mean, I'll put it this way: as long as they're not a hockey team from Toronto, they have a shot.
True. Now, we do have a retirement to talk about. Staying on the women's basketball side, Tina Charles announces her retirement, and she did go to social media here. Josh, do you want to read it?
No, not at all. This is a TLDR. If you want to pause the screen and read it or go online and read it, you're perfectly fine. All I know is Tina Charles is one of the GOATs of basketball. I thank her for what she's done for the game, all that she will do for the game. She's a first ballot Hall of Famer. If she's not already in the Hall of Fame, depending on college basketball or the national basketball, however you want to do it. But she's amazing. She gave it her all, 1,000%, her whole career. And there's nothing more I can say about it. We're going to read about her accolades anyway. And she's a great, her penmanship is amazing. The way she did this, she did all this writing, but she didn't put TC at the end. You could have spelled your whole name out. You wrote a whole daggone book. But you know how it is. Tip of the cap to her. Respect on an illustrious career.
So Tina Charles, she was the number 1 pick by the Connecticut Sun in 2010 after helping the UConn Huskies win consecutive NCAA championships in 2009 and 2010. She played with the Sun until 2013 before a blockbuster trade sent her home to New York. As you can see there, growing up in Queens is part of her statement there. Quote, she is undeniably one of the most impactful players to ever wear a Liberty uniform and one of the most accomplished athletes our league has ever seen. Liberty CEO Kea Clark said, quote, her excellence on the court, her leadership in the locker room, and her unwavering commitment to pouring so much into the New York community, the city that raised her, will endure for generations. She stayed with the Liberty through the 2019 season and sat out 2020 bubble year before playing with Washington, then Phoenix, then Seattle, then Atlanta, and then back to Connecticut for the rest of her playing career. Quote, Tina Charles has been one of the most prolific scorers and rebounders our league has ever seen, and her impact on the community has been just as powerful as her impact on the floor. Atlanta Dream GM Dan Potiver said, quote, Tina had a historic career and was a cornerstone player during an important time of our league's growth. Besides her impact on the court, Charles has left a lasting one off of it, helping to save countless lives for more than a decade with her charity, Hopi's Heart Foundation. She has donated 500 AEDs, automated external defibrillators, through the organization that started in 2013 and is named in honor of her aunt. It's dedicated to curbing deaths in the U.S. from sudden cardiac arrest. The organization works to ensure schools and public places have life-saving equipment such as defibrillators on hand. Charles said that before she started the foundation, she didn't realize how common and deadly sudden cardiac arrest could be until she read about Wes Leonard, a high school basketball player who suffered a heart attack and died after basketball practice in 2011. And when her aunt died a few years later from organ failure, Charles committed herself to helping solve the problem. In 2017, when Charles was playing for the New York Liberty, she was surprised by the team by a man who was saved by one of her AEDs that the star had donated. Quote, beyond her extraordinary accomplishments, Tina has represented the very best of the WNBA throughout her career. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said in a statement, through her leadership and dedication to giving back, including her work with Hopi's Heart Foundation, she has made a meaningful impact far beyond the game, earning the Dawn Staley Community Leadership Award twice. Her legacy will be defined not only by her excellence on the court, but by the standards she set as a leader, a teammate, and a champion for the communities she touched. Her accolades include she is the all-time leading rebounder in the WNBA, 2012 MVP, 2010 Rookie of the Year, 8-time WNBA All-Star, 2-time NCAA champion with UConn, 3-time gold medalist with Team USA in 2012, 2016, and 2020, and 3-time World Cup medalist in 2010, 2014, and 2018. And then to add to Tina's legacy, while negotiating the retired players' recognition payments for the new CBA, Tina Charles brought up the idea that if retired player is deceased, their beneficiary should receive the payment, which made it into the final agreement that was signed this year before this WNBA season. So has a legacy both on and off the court and with this new CBA for retired players. So you already said some stuff about Tina Charles, but anything else you would like to say about her and her legacy?
I mean, if you want to know what it feels, what's an example? Like until Asia Wilson, I was like, oh yeah, Tina Charles, that's a center. Like that's what if you want to coach when you're coaching females and be like, all right, you're gonna be a center. Here's how I want you to mimic. It was Tina Charles. Now Asia Wilson took us to the stratosphere as far as the 4 or 5 spot, But until then, it was Tina Charles. It was kind of like she was Akeem Olajuwon, then Shaq came along. It was kind of like that type of thing. But yeah, Tina Charles I remember as soon as she went on UConn, it's like, yep, well, there's some national championships. Just might as well just sit back and let it happen. And then obviously GNRM has surrounded her with a bunch of other studs. Mm-hmm. But no, Tina Charles is as a professional through and through, still a professional, even in retirement. And like I said, she's going to be great for I think for everything that she's done for the game and that she will continue to do because she's not done giving back.
Yeah. Tina, enjoy retirement. Rest up. Go on a vacation, girl. You deserve it.
Yeah, do it.
But we got one of your favorite sporting events to talk about.
Yes, we do.
You ready?
Yep, we're ready. So the Kentucky Derby happened over the weekend. For those who don't know, yes, you can see the Louisville Cardinal stuff behind me. That was where I was born and raised, is where the Kentucky Derby held, is in Louisville, Kentucky. If you ever have a chance to go to the Derby, do it. It's expensive, But what other big time sporting event isn't?
Make sure to bring your big hat.
Big hats, all the hats, all the pomp and circumstance. It's great. It's one of the biggest. They would call like the biggest party in the U.S. or something. I forget. There's so many type of things that happen there. Mint julep is the drink. I can go on and on about the Kentucky Derby and how awesome it is, and it's all surrounded by a 2-minute horse race. And the Oaks race can't without giving a shout out to Oaks, which goes on Friday, where the fillies run. Now, fillies, for those who don't know, are female horses. Okay, a lot of times people don't know that. Like to fill you in on that. Just a little horse racing 101. Fillies.
They're not from Philadelphia.
No. There's colts and fillies. Okay, these are all 3-year-old horses. Okay, that as far as these two races are concerned, but they always did it for fillies. Has a filly won the Kentucky Derby? Yes. I think the last one was in winning colors. I think it was like 1988 was the last time a filly ran. Now there hasn't been any fillies that's ran the Kentucky Derby since the tragedy of 8 Bells that happened, where this horse finished second. She literally ran her heart out. She, like, as soon as she crossed the finish line, she collapsed and passed away. And so ever since then, and of course, I had some family members at the track, and they said you could hear, to no surprise, you could hear after the Derby, a pin drop in that whole place, and 150,000 people silent, which rightfully so over that. So obviously there is tragedy, and that's a whole different conversation about horse racing. But this is the time to tip your cap. This was the most watched Kentucky Derby. There was 19 million people that watched the coverage, at least when it flipped over to NBC. For give you perspective on it, a horse race got 19 million viewers. Game 7 of the NBA Finals last year had 16. So now, granted,
if we were one of those viewers, my family were at the Inter Miami game, and my dad is huge into horse racing, and he had it on his phone there for the 2 minutes to watch the race to see if he won, and he did not win, but still.
No. But who did win was 23-1. It's semi-long. It is a long shot, technically. Is it come close to the biggest long shots to win the Derby? No. If you want to go list out to it, the longest shot to ever win was 91-1. It happened in 1913. The horse was named Donerail. Rich Strike was 80-1. It won a couple of years ago. Then you had Mind That Bird and Giacomo, which was 50-1. I believe. And then I forget, there might have been a horse in between there, but at least those. And this was only 23-1. So take that for what you will. But it was still a long shot. The horse came out when it hit the final stretch, which it's 1.25 miles, guys. So it's going to go this way, and then you come to the final stretch. All right. Once it hit that final stretch, it was in 14th place. It passed 13 horses on the final stretch to win by a neck over one of the favorites, Renegade, who's the jockey on Golden Tempo's brother rode. So as they're crossing the finish line, there is a really cool picture. We don't have it. That was taken of the Renegade's jockey, his brother, after he finished. He's holding
each other's hands. Yeah.
Holding each other's hands, of congratulating each other. My family was on the first turn, and they did get a really cool shot of Jose, or I think it's Ortiz. Literally, it looked like he was staring right at him. So it was a really, really cool picture there. But let's not bury the lead. The Golden Tempo's trainer is Sherry DeVoe, and she became the first female trainer to win the Kentucky Derby. She's not the first female trainer to win a Triple Crown race. That happened a few years ago. I believe that female trainer won the Belmont or the Preakness. There's only 2 other ones, but she's not the first one. But she was the first one to win the Kentucky Derby. And she's not a fluke. I showed Sol like all of her stakes race that she's won. Obviously, it's in Golden Tempo. They train multiple horses, guys. It's not just one horse and that's it. But they did come out, which I figured they were. They did come out and made a statement today. It's not running in the Preakness. That distance, the best horse didn't win. Okay, and I know it sounds stupid. It's like, well, it won, so it's the best horse. There is 17 to 20 horses. There was a horse that didn't want to go on the gate and bucked the jockey off, and they scratched it right before Great White, which was actually a late entry anyway because of the scratches that happened. And scratches are either the trainers or the veterinarians on staff, they examine the horse and say, nope, not allowed to run. So they scratch it. It's not allowed to run. Doesn't mean they do whatever. It just means that it's not allowed to run. So it's a did not compete, basically. And so immediately scratched that horse. So it took a little bit longer for them to get in the gate. But the horse went off great. And we have a little video here of her, and she's right on right by the winner's circle, just to give you perspective of where she is. And if you notice, this is how much these trainers know the horses.
Yeah.
When she doesn't say anything, but when she starts screaming, and it'll show an arrow where the horse is, she knows it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So got a little, and it's a really cool side by side here. For those who don't know, she's in red.
I might pee my pants. You can definitely put that on.
They're in the gates.
Okay.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
For those who don't know, he's the one in the red hat. Let me get my cursor over there. That's your Derby winner, number 19. Don't mind that the 4 just went this way. Like, look at the 4. He just pushes everybody over, by the way. And the second place horse is right here. So he had to go through. He had a rough ride.
And a great start early for So Happy and Wonderland. Toward the inside comes Emerging Market as they make their way to the top of the stretch. Further Ado is getting going on the far outside of Commandment. They're both putting in their runs as they arrive into the final furlong. Oh, Sally is also gaining ground on the far outside as they come to the last 16th of the mile. Jamal Corbin in front. Oh, Sally and who's left side. Renegade and Golden Tempo. How close is 2. Here's Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo and Serena make history in the Kentucky Derby over Renegade in a final time of 2:02.27 seconds.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Sorry for those. I forgot to say, for those with headphones, sorry, but no, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And there's another camera shot of her when she leans over and you can see her like shoulder, she's kicking her feet. It's like she is kicking her feet against the wall. She made little specialty shoes with Golden Tempo and a rose on it and stuff like that. Like their trainers sometimes they know that horse doesn't have it, but the owner runs it. So Kenny McPeak, he is a trainer, and my family went to an event. Kenny McPeak was there, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, don't bet on my horse; it's not going to win." Like the owners want to put, every owner wants to be like, "Oh, I have a Derby horse."
Or an owner owns 2 horses and knows they're like, "Oh, I'm putting this other horse in there to set the tempo because I have a horse that's a come from behind winner, and so let's put this other horse in there to set the tempo, so that way." They play all these things where it's like, oh, this horse is not going to win, but I'm doing it for this reason or that reason.
Yeah. And
all different types of strategies.
A great story. Probably one of the best memorable Kentucky Derbies that I can remember. I remember looking at the program and I was just looking around at my family and I just kept looking. I was like, this is going to be one of those races where we just look up and go, oh, who won again? Like you have to look through your program to see who the number was. And that was because Asaleli, I forget, I can't pronounce his name, but it was 22, came in third, and it made a quick run, and then obviously Renegade, went off at like 5 or 6 to 1 that finished second. A lot of money is involved in these things, and the Derby and the Preakness, but in between races is either like 2 or 3 weeks, and this is type of horse where the distance for the Preakness is shorter than the Derby, so to get that horse ready for the type of run that it does and just its health. And this is the second year in a row that that the Derby horse is not going to run. I expect it to run in the Belmont, and I wouldn't be surprised if Renegade does run in the Preakness and wins that. The Renegade is the better horse. Golden Tempo it kicked when it needed to kick. It fired when it needed to fire and had enough horse. I mean, you can't sit there and say it was a fluke. It was not a fluke, but certain things had to happen for that horse to pull off what it did. And that's just the Kentucky Derby. That's why long shots win sometimes. But this horse finished third, second. Like, you have to have enough points to get into the Kentucky Derby to do it. So, shout out Golden Tempo. Awesome. Sherry DeVoe. She's obviously went on a big media and, they were interviewing her saying like how great it was being the first female. And she's like, I just want to be looked at as a trainer. That being said, I still acknowledge the fact that, to be an inspiration is really cool. Her life has changed forever. I expect Golden Tempo to run in the Belmont. As far as times, it was a 2 minute and 2 minute win. For perspective, the fastest horse to win the Kentucky Derby, it's not a trick question, it is Secretariat. Now, there's only 2 other horses that's finished under 2 minutes. Of the 100, there's been, for those who don't know, this is the 152nd Kentucky Derby. So 52 things of these have been ran every single year, even after even COVID, they still ran it. They had like 4 people, and it ran in like September. But they still ran it. And the other 2 horses were Monarchos, which is Derby winner, and then the other one is Sham. Sham didn't win it; it lost to Secretariat. So that's still a little crazy statistics there. Is the 3 horses that finished under 2, that ran a under 2 minute Derby. 2 were Kentucky Derby winners, and 1 just happened to race against Secretariat. So there's your horse history for you.
Well, thank you, Josh, for letting us know a little bit more about horse racing.
Yeah. So it stinks for the Preakness, but I knew the way her comments were, it wasn't going to run.
Yeah.
So.
You ready for some kicking and screaming?
What were you saying? Sorry.
Is that ready for some kicking and screaming?
Speaking about her kicking and screaming for a horse, yes, let's do it.
So we got some Americans scoring goals. The first one, because the French League. Yes.
I do have some breaking news about kicking and screaming.
Mm-hmm.
The Fox correspondent for the World Cup will be another footballer, but American footballer, Jameis Winston. So I am solely looking forward to Jameis Winston not knowing nothing, but he's just going to start talking. So
there you go.
I just saw that.
But Americans scoring goals. The French League doesn't like letting people see their actual league, so we're not able to actually show this goal. But Folarin Balogun did score the tying goal in AS Monaco's 2-1 win over FC Metz. So congrats, Ballo. We can't watch the goal though. And next up,
so we just never want to show Metz at all.
Never
Metz. Okay, got it.
This next one, Josh speaks perfect Dutch, so he's going to be able to translate it for us. But Ricardo Pepi scores in the first minute of PSV Eindhoven's 2-2 draw with Ajax.
Zo verzamelt bijna iedereen zich in het 16 meter gebied van Ajax. Met deze ongetwijfeld ver inworp van Sildilia. Heel ver, Paas blijft staan, verlengt en bij de tweede paal zit hij er al in. Een hele snelle goal, na 35 tellen is het Pepi die PSV een voorsprong komt.
When there's a certain when Family Feud comes around, they say, what's known as a sexy language, it sure ain't that.
To all of our Dutch watchers.
Sorry, gotta call spade a spade.
And this next one, we don't get to see the goal, but we get to see Alejandro Zendejas. This is the only video that I was able to find, but Alejandro Zendejas scores the tying goal in Club America's 3-3 draw with Pumas. Hey, but we got to hear the goal scorer call though.
Yeah. I'm guessing he scored because I didn't see the ball.
Yep. And then next up, we got Diego Luna. He scores the second goal in Real Salt Lake's 2-0 win over the Portland Timbers.
not able to build on that last sequence. Here comes RSL. Luna! Opening things up. Diego Luna frustrated that he wasn't able to contribute against the Galaxy. He's been all over the shop this afternoon as he tucks it in to give RSL a 2-goal edge.
Starts all the way back in the midfield for Real Salt Lake. Great little pivot, Stein Spearings. He finds Gilavogi. Diego Luna has options. Quick little combination with Sanabria. And as that ball comes back across his body, it's the opportunity to take it with the right, and instead he chooses with his left. Just sweeps that ball on the deck. Far post, side net, and a fantastic finish from Diego Luna. 3rd goal in the season. His 101st match with Real Salt Lake, and an important goal to give him the 2-0 lead after the immediate response from Portland's chances just a few seconds earlier.
Pablo Mastroeni telling us about Diego Luna, that he wants to contribute every minute. Says he has to impact every minute of every game. But he says, we just need you in those moments. I'm okay.
Diego, I'm glad you're good at scoring goals, because your Michael Jackson impression is a little stiff. A little stiff.
A little.
But I do love Diego. You can't ever tell me he doesn't give it his all. Even if he might not be as talented as some of the other World Cup players, but we throw him out on the field, no one's going to match his heart.
And next up, we got your girl. Trinity Rodman scores the final goal in Washington Spirit's 4-2 win over the Orlando Pride.
Yeah,
Bernal pings it long. The run by Kawase. Rodman makes a sprint into the box. Rodman! And a goal for Trinity Rodman. Goes in 3 straight. And Washington has doubled the lead again.
Look at the grace of that stride. Another week, another of the American scoring goals. One is Trinity Rodman. Crazy.
3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks in a row. I can't wait for next week. Guess what? Spoiler alert. It's going to be Trinity Rodman.
And then next up, we got Corey Bethune scores the first goal in Casey Curran's 2-1 win over the North Carolina Courage.
The captain for Kansas City. Captain Rouse. 1v1 with Manaka. Stretching for it. Lands for Bethune off the volley. Croy Bethune! Yes! A much-needed lead for Kansas City. A confident strike.
That was pretty.
It was a pretty good ball. And then another American on Kansas City, Michelle Cooper scores Casey's 2nd goal.
Cooper, Bethune. Lovely feed to Michelle Cooper. Cooper against Sheridan. Gets past her. Cooper scores! 2-0 Kansas City.
Good.
We gambled and lost.
A Chiefs fan out there in the crowd.
A Chiefs fan like Kansas City.
What? And, Olivia Moultrie scores the first goal in Portland Thorns' 2-0 win over the Chicago Stars in her 100th regular season appearance.
Torden on it in the box again, went right to goal. Had another chance. Moultrie will not miss. Making NWSL history today as the youngest player to 100 appearances adds a goal to the momentous occasion.
She started playing professionally at the age of 16, I believe. And I remember too when Portland won their championship, their most recent win, she being underage, and she's just there in the background while everyone's like popping champagne and that. She had to stand in the background and couldn't touch any of the alcohol because she was underage. So she's just standing there like.
Should have been in Europe on a Premier League team. You would have been able to go all you want.
I think she was like 17 too, so she wouldn't have been able to drink in Europe either.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then next up, we got Yasmin Ryan scores the first goal in Denver Summit's 2-3 loss to Boston Legacy. Both fun thing, Denver and Boston, they're in their inaugural year. So which of these two inaugural teams is going to be better? We shall see by the end of the year. But here's Yasmin Ryan.
That would all come crashing down in the second half, which Felipe Pitao, the head coach, said will be a priority for Boston to put together a complete 90 minutes. Yasmin Ryan putting on the moves. Ryan, oh my word! Casey Murphy got the fingertips to it, but pushes it into the inside corner. Yasmin Ryan has opened her account for Denver and has the visitors ahead 1-0.
Now, unfortunately for Denver, they did lose that game, though. And then lastly, we got Jaden Shaw scores the only goal in Gotham FC's 1-0 win over your Racing Louisville. I'm sorry, Josh.
No, we have to show this. No. We don't have to show it. It's fine. I'm sure it was great, though.
Lavelle, here we go with Gotham. Dudley brings it down. She dribbles. Dudley, stop and start. Tucks it across. Shaw scorches the strings. Same relationship in reverse from Wednesday. Dudley sets up Shaw. Gotham with the first goal against Louisville.
Not a strong start for Racing Louisville at 1-4-1, especially with Beverly. I knew her as Goebel, and I think she's Yanez now. With her, Coach of the Year. Little struggle bus right now for the Racing Louisville.
Yeah. I know what my favorite goal was, but which was your favorite? Obviously, Alejandro Zendejas, because we perfectly saw it go into the net, right? But what was your favorite goal of the American scoring goals?
She can just sit there and just Jedi mind trick it in without even kicking it. It's still going to be Trinity Rodman. That being said, after my bias, Bethune.
Core Bethune's, yeah.
Core Bethune.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, that's my favorite as well, Croy's. And that's what I have for soccer. Ready to light the lamp?
No, I'm not. Okay. Why is it that I get things right and wrong at the same time? I just do it out of order.
You're just early. You're premature.
All right, congratulations to your 2027 Stanley Cup champion, Lightning, Tampa Lightning, because the gosh daggone Hurricanes are just going to skate on right in to the finals. Now, granted, the Avalanche are a wagon right now.
Yeah. I mean, Carolina, we don't know if they're going to win yet. They're just still in it. And your team's not, that you picked. So Josh doesn't know.
You kept doing it too. I knew what you were doing. I didn't like it. You were just sitting there, oh, Josh, you're so you're perfect. Oh, look, you're winning. You've gotten so much right.
I mean, technically right now, Josh is doing the best in our bracket, but he is one of two people who are busted right now. So he's good in round one.
Yeah. And once the Avs beat the Wild, I'm done because I think I have the Wild losing to Tampa. So.
And then... But to get into hockey here in the NHL playoffs, round one has been decided. The Vegas Golden Knights eliminate the Utah Mammoth in Game 6. The Anaheim Ducks eliminate the Edmonton Oilers in Game 6, which is...
I'm such
Oilers,
a fan of Connor.
I know. And the Oilers, they're wasting McDavid's prime right now.
I don't think
and
another be on that team next year.
We shall see. The Minnesota Wild eliminate the Dallas Stars in Game 6.
See, someone in Soul's household's pissed about Connor and what the Oilers have done. Slam the doors.
Sorry, Tushka, for your Stars there. The Philadelphia Flyers eliminate the Pittsburgh Penguins in Game 6 in overtime. The score was 0-0 going into OT. And then Cam York scores the OT goal. and friggin' chucks his stick into the crowd. And we're just here to watch him throw it like a friggin'
over there just chucking sticks and shit.
Chucking sticks and shit.
The face-off. Shot from long range. Score! The Flyers win it. Cam York beating the Sealoffs in overtime.
Someone got a souvenir. Or a black eye or both.
Well, what ended up happening to that stick is two people caught it, an older gentleman and a younger guy. And then the older gentleman was like, I would really like to have this stick. And the younger guy was like, okay, sure, you can have it, to the older gentleman. But then Cam York was just like, I want that stick back. And then he ended up giving tickets and a bunch of other stuff to the older gentleman to basically get his stick back after he flung it into the crowd like a javelin.
Like, I understand why he wants the stick back, and he rightfully, if he needs a stick back, give him the stick back. But it's maybe a reaction. But if he really wanted the stick, he wouldn't have chucked it. But hindsight's 2020. When your adrenaline's going like that, I can't sit there and say that I wouldn't have chucked it either. How many times have they just a touchdown and they just chucked the ball, especially when they like Deshaun Jackson, after he did that, I mean, he just, as soon as he got done, he just chucked it.
And I'm just glad no one got hurt, because that is a weapon. A hockey stick is a weapon.
It is a weapon.
But I just find that hilarious that he's just like chucked that thing into the crowd. I don't know why I find it so funny, but I do. The Buffalo Sabres eliminate the Boston Bruins in Game 6. And then Tampa, they won Game 6 in overtime, sending the series to a Game 7. But then Montreal win Game 7 2-1. And as I said, even though Josh has the best round one of all of us who have submitted the bracket, his bracket is now busted, and Josh does not know puck.
All right, so we're done with hockey now, right?
Nope. Now, I just want to show the shots on goals. Montreal won this game with only 9 shots on goal against Tampa's 29 shots on goal. So Tampa had more opportunities to score in this game, and yet Montreal were the winners.
Hang the banner?
I mean,
that's just salt on the wound that is that loss.
Yep. And before the playoffs started, PK Subban, formerly of your Nashville Preds, also formerly of the Montreal Canadiens, chose Montreal to win the Stanley Cup. And he got some pushback about it. And this is how PK currently feels about this round 1 win for Montreal.
Dude, you just went on national television and said the Montreal Canadiens are going to win the Stanley Cup.
Do you think we could play this?
Yeah, just play it.
I got something that makes me want to shout.
PK, you lost your fucking mind. That could be the worst take, maybe in the history of broadcasting, actually. They're not going to get out of the first round. Wow, the fit looks great today, but your fucking head's messed up.
So PK's feeling good.
I mean,
Josh, how are you feeling?
Not good.
Not as good as PK?
No. Not good. I another year, another don't know puck. So screw it. I'm not going to know what icing is for the rest of my life. I'm not even going to give it time to think about. When they call it, I'm like, cool, face off, don't care. Shows you what congratulations to the Hurricanes for winning it this year because I picked you last year. Congratulations for Tampa is going to win it next year because I picked you this year. It's fine. It's fine. I couldn't pick it. I was thinking about the Avalanche. They went on to win the President's Cup, so didn't. So I was thinking I wasn't going to win anyway. Whatever. But I just
wait. There's still hockey to be played, so who knows who's going to win? Carolina could lose.
It's not Toronto. Family.
It is not Toronto. Now, last week we did talk about one of the is funniest the right adjective for this, but one of the most interesting thing that comes out of when a team gets eliminated from the playoffs, we get the laundry list of all the injuries because hockey players play through a lot of injuries. When you look at the NBA, they get a little hurt, they're out for multiple games. You look at the NHL, they could have half of their body broken and they're like, I'm good for tonight. So we have right now both Boston and Edmonton. So the Boston Bruins, this is their injury report. Nikita Zadorov played through a fully torn MCL, which he let everyone know after the loss in Game 6. He was in the locker room. He's like, yeah, no, it's fully off the bone. It's like, why were you playing Zadorov? Victor Arvidsson, fractured rib, punctured lung. Elias Lindholm, back issues. Hampus Lindholm, foot fracture. Pavel Zacha, high ankle sprain. David Pastrnak, groin issue. Charlie McAvoy, broken hand and dental work. And then for the Edmonton Oilers, we got Connor McDavid, who was playing on an ankle foot fracture. Leon Draisaitl with lower body injury. Jason Dickinson with ankle foot fracture. Adam Henrique with a lower body injury. Max Jones with a lower body injury. And Matthias Janmark underwent season-ending surgery following the playoffs. So that's who we have so far. We'll probably get some more of the other teams that got eliminated, but these boys hurt.
Next thing you know, it's like Minnesota Wild. They're eliminated. Let's see what they got. Oh, Quinn Hughes, leprosy. It's like just what the crap.
Just all the things. But final thoughts on round one before we go into the start of round two, which has happened.
Congrats for me getting everything right except for I was terribly wrong. No, but I thought that the Minnesota Wild in Dallas was going to go a little bit longer than it did, but it was still playoff hockey is just the best, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fun. And it just keeps getting better. I mean, game one of the Avs, Minnesota, that was the first time that a team scored 3 goals, got down, and then still won by 3 goals.
Yeah. Whereas like the other one, we'll get into it. Montreal, Tampa. Montreal had 9 shots on goal. In the Avs Wild game, they had 9 goals.
Right.
But if you want to go into round 2, let's go into round 2.
Yeah.
Carolina Hurricanes, your pick from last year.
Yeah.
Go up 2-0 in their series, winning both games. In game 2, the Flyers went up 2-0 in the game and then let the Hurricanes tie in the third period, and then the Hurricanes won in overtime. That was a game that the Flyers needed to win, and they let it get away from them. So I fully believe that the Hurricanes are going to take out the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep, but we saw them sweep in round 1. I wouldn't be surprised if they swept in round 2 as well.
No, whoever won that Pens Flyers game was going to lose to the Hurricanes anyway.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I don't know puck.
And then we got Colorado Avalanche won game 1 against the Wild 9-6. Whoever had the over on that game probably won some money.
Hey, after they went up 3-0, and then it was like, all right, well, who cares? Who gives a shit about the third period? Let's just do this thing.
Right. Who needs defense if you have so much offense? It's just the Avs are like, we're just going to keep scoring goals.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need to do.
It's a good plan. It's working out so far.
Working out so far for you. The Avs then won game 2, 5-2. So again, the Avs are just scoring a fuck ton of goals. Then we got, unfortunately, the Golden Knights. You know what you did. Game 1, game 2 tonight. Score check.
Ducks are up 1-0 with 2 minutes in the second.
Let's go. Quack, quack.
Yeah. Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth.
And then we got the Canadiens and the Sabres. They play game 1 tonight. I think that game is already over. And we looked beforehand. Buffalo won game 1, which that was surprising because the Canadiens, Montreal was better than Boston this year as a team. The Montreal Canadiens were a better team than the Boston Bruins. And Boston should have won that game 1 in Buffalo. And they let it get away from them at the end there, and Boston was playing a lot better. So I'm interested to see if that, I was thinking, oh, the Sabres might lose here, but you know what? Maybe the Sabres might take it all the way. Who knows?
So far, they've been the story of the year.
Yeah.
And honestly, that city needs. They have been so close so many times.
Would it be worse? Would it be worse to go out now in this round or make it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals and lose? And so then they are just like their counterparts in football where they can make it to a Super Bowl, but they lose.
Well, at least when they make it to the finals, if they lose the first game, it's not done. Unlike the Buffalo Bills, who went to 4 Super Bowls straight and lost 4 straight. Sorry, Justin.
If you're watching,
because 2 of those was that team.
But I'm excited. As you said, playoff hockey is the best.
It's the best,
and I'm excited for even with my team out of it. Which there goes. In NBA and in NHL, my teams are not in it. And I don't give a shit about what's going on in the NBA right now when it comes to the playoffs. And I'm really enjoying the NHL. And I'm way more of a basketball fan than I am a hockey fan. So that just tells you everything.
Same here, but there's just something different about playoff hockey. Can't describe it. Yeah, the playoff hockey and in March Madness, although they've ruined March Madness because they added 76 gosh damn teams. Never mind. You know what? We'll save it for another show. Not happy about
it. Josh, I added this just because I feel like you'll have some fun takes about this. But the NHL draft lottery happened last night. And Toronto got the number 1 draft pick in the draft lottery. And before we get your take on this, let's watch what Chaos's reaction to Toronto getting the number 1 draft pick.
You fucking do it. Do not give me a 12. No! No! Oh, yeah! No!
He's a Boston Bruins fan.
Come on! That is some bullshit. Oh, yeah! I am Fuck you! Misery. Fuck you! Oh, yeah! You stupid son of a bitch. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Rigged. No, there's no way.
The fucking Leafs got Gavin McKenna. Oh my God.
Fucking assholes. Fuck these guys.
Gavin McKenna is projected to go number 1.
What was the first team I said if they rigged it?
Leafs. Oh my God.
Oh.
They fucking don't deserve shit.
I mean, this is rigged. Allegedly.
They said that about Chicago when they got.
I cannot wait to find out that John Chayka fucking scammed his way into this #1 pick.
Unbelievable.
Jesus Christ. What a joke. What a joke.
What is it?
This is the most rigged thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
You say it's rigged. I say it's just a pity party. They felt so bad that Toronto has nothing to look forward to ever. Might as well give them the #1 pick. Just might as well do it. Here's a consolation for sucking all the time. Here you go. Congratulations. You get a really good player that you're probably going to squander like you have forever. Even though, hey, guess what? As the Dallas Cowboys of NHL, you have hope now. Guess what? You're about to be heartbroken once the season starts. It's just what happens.
This has been a crazy week for Toronto Maple Leafs fans because Toronto Maple Leafs just hired John Chayka to be their GM. And John Chayka was the guy who was the GM for Arizona when Arizona was in the league. And he got caught cheating and is basically a pariah. And all the other GMs of all the other teams hate this man's guts. And so trying to do anything for Toronto, like people are like, are people going to take Toronto's phone calls? Like with this man being hired as the GM? And the city of Toronto, we're already calling for his head on his day one presser. And then they get the #1 draft pick there. And that's why Pete made the joke of, if I hear that John Chayka actually rigged this, like, because he was caught cheating earlier. So
Biz is not happy. Biz is he's a Toronto guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you watch the past couple of TNTs, he's Toronto Maple Leafs got through and through. They asked him about it. He's like, after this whole GM situation, he's like, I'm out. Because he said, I would take a bullet for Shane Doan, who was the guy that they axed. And then they said they just stabbed him in the back. So he's out. Like you Toronto, congratulations. You lost Biz.
Although, do they get Biz back because they're going to have Gavin McKenna?
I think they lost him with the Shane Doan situation of how they handled it.
So
stay tuned to Spit and Chickless after you watch us.
And the other funny thing there too is like there's Austin Matthews, who is the captain for Toronto and was the captain for Team USA. He does not seem very happy in Toronto and looks like he wants out. But with them now getting the #1 draft pick, most likely getting Gavin McKenna, unless they decide to pick someone else, which you never know because it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. Who knows what they're going to decide to do? But does he stay? Because it was kind of like a Connor McDavid. Is Connor McDavid going to stay in Edmonton? Is Austin Matthews going to stay in Toronto? Who knows?
I don't know. A lot of shake-up happening. But yeah, no. Congratulations, Toronto. You got the #1 draft pick. You do what you always do. You give your fans hope, and just for their hearts to be crushed a little bit months down the line.
I mean, this is more fun if you don't like Toronto because it's no fun if they already are defeated. The fact that they got a little bit of hope, so that when they do lose, it's just even sweeter.
Yeah, exactly. And cue the man on the street videos of Toronto Maple Leafs fans bitching. Can't wait to see those. I look forward to them every year. Every year.
Fan First Network, you guys do a great job. I know you guys are huge Toronto Maple Leafs fans, but I love the stuff that they do.
But who was the Irish lady that
Scottish?
Scottish, sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
So shout out to her though. Shout out to her. She was great.
And then the playoffs aren't just going on in the NHL. They're also going on in the PWHL. So we got the Boston Fleet. They won Game 1 against the Ottawa Charge. And then Ottawa evened the series out, winning Game 2. And with Ottawa being eliminated in the NHL, the Charge have moved all their games to the Tire Center. And as I said earlier, since both Celtics and the Bruins are out of the playoffs, let's move the Fleet to the Garden Center.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Not sure on the money situation, but just do it. Who cares?
Just do it. Then we got the Minnesota Frost won Game 1 against the Montreal Victoire in overtime, 5-4. Again, whoever had the over on that game probably made some money. Montreal's Laura Stacey becomes the first player in PWHL history to record a hat trick in the postseason, although unfortunately they did not win. But we do have her third goal here to show.
Poulin plays it in the middle, tip, and Stacey scores again! Laura Stacey with the hat trick, and we're tied at 4!
Oh, here they come. The hats are coming onto the ice. Laura Stacey with the hat trick. The power play goal, so now it's Montreal's turn to respond right away. As Poulin takes a look, throws this one in front. You know she's just looking for that stick. She can see the stick, just looking for that quick little tap. She gets the tap from Rock, the follow-up from Stacey. Montreal is back to knotted even. So now if you're Montreal, your goal is do not let them come right back down the ice and pop another one within a minute.
Right.
Now, the fun thing about the PWHL is that you can watch all of their games on YouTube for free. So if you want to get in on the action, they have them all live on YouTube, and then you can watch them later on the replay. For those that don't know, she is the wife of her teammate, line mate, and captain Marie-Philippe Poulin, who did assist her on that goal. So we got a wife-on-wife point there.
Right.
And then speaking of MPP, also known as Captain Clutch, she scored the overtime goal for Montreal to win Game 2 in triple overtime. To tie the series 1-1. This game was 0-0 for 3 full periods. And for not 1, not 2, but going to 3 times overtime. So that one goal, there's one goal in this game. Let's watch.
There's Abby Rock trying to find Laura Stacey. Gives it back for Rock. Rock plays it over. Poulin scores! Marie-Philippe Poulin! Series tied at 1!
Just absolutely massive. And how about this play?
A nice clean breakout, and there's that chip play. Laura Stacey, who touches it back to the trailer, across, and then over to Poulin as she gets all of that one. Rock with that pass on the tape. Poulin down to one knee. Across the Royal Road, that line down the middle of the ice where you're forcing your goaltender, a goaltender who has been outstanding in this game. But when you force her to go from one side across to the other, that's a near impossibility with a shot like that.
And that was the game of goaltending. Both goaltenders were phenomenal, and that's why it was 0-0.
Also, shout out to that analyst. She has the most Canadian accent ever.
Yeah.
She got a hat trick.
Yeah. I'm rooting for Boston and Montreal in these games because, one, it'd be awesome if that rivalry exists on the women's side because it is a huge rivalry on the men's side. And then 2, the Frost have won 2 years in a row, and I want someone else to win it. So I don't think the Frost should win. That you've had your 2 wins. Let someone else win. So rooting for the underdogs, I guess.
Oh yeah, everyone loves a good underdog, but when you're that good, All right. Hey, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Which is weird to say a team that has MPP as the underdogs.
Well, that is true. MPP is amazing.
The greatest women's hockey player.
Right. So.
And I think Hillary Knight would even say that too.
Yeah.
And we love Hillary Knight.
Yeah. We do.
But that is what we have for the playoffs of PWHL, but we're not out of PWHL news just yet because they did announce today that they're expanding to Detroit. So today the PWHL announced that Detroit is getting a team next year, making the city the 9th to join the PWHL. The team will play their inaugural season at Little Caesars Arena, where the Detroit Red Wings play. It has been rumored that the league could expand to as many as 4 cities for next season, meaning we could be getting 3 more announcements soon. And the current teams right now is the Boston Fleet, the Minnesota Frost, Montreal Victoire, New York Sirens, Ottawa Charge, Toronto Scepters, Seattle Torrent, and the Vancouver Golden Eyes.
It's surprising that Detroit is an expansion team in hockey. I don't care what league it is. It's just weird.
Yeah.
The Red Wings were the original 6 in the NHL. And the fact that when the PWHL, you figured Detroit would be one of the original ones.
Yeah.
But,
since there's a possibility of 3 other cities, where would you like to see it expanded?
I mean, obviously Nashville number 1. That's about it. I just want Nashville to get a hockey team.
Anywhere else you'd like to see?
A city that doesn't have one, just like North Dakota or South Dakota. Give them something.
You said that in a very.
I don't know why. I just went with it.
You said that in a Minnesotan, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota accent up there.
I'm trying to breathe it into existence with the accent.
Breathe it in. Okay. I see. But that is what I have for hockey. Any final thoughts before we?
Hockey sucks. I'm just glad that Toronto, congratulations. You suck so bad that you get the first pick and you rigged it. You stabbed Shane Doan in the back. You might lose Austin Matthews. Your consolation is you get the best player as far as the prospect wise. Congratulations to Tampa for winning next year's Stanley Cup. Connor, there's this really Connor McDavid, have you ever been on Broadway in Nashville? It's really cool. Might be expensive, but you can afford it. Also, Music Row, great stuff. Country music, I hope you love it because you will love it here. You just nailed with it. But all for the right reasons. You ever been on a rooftop bar before and just looked out into the river and then you see the football stadium? It is a gorgeous, gorgeous sight to see. Beautiful. I mean, just it is God's country here in Nashville, and you would look so good in yellow.
I don't think he's coming to Nashville if he does go somewhere.
You never know. Never know.
But Josh, where can the people find us?
People can find us tomorrow night. Me and Justin. Sorry, we felt a little bad. I'm still kind of getting over it. But we are going for Ruckus Wrestling tomorrow night at 8:00 Central, 9:00 Eastern. And then the following day, Soul and I will be back. So where's that book at? So we can
Over there.
Over there. Okay. What's the title again? It's always a mouthful for me.
The Mimicking of Known Successes by Malka Older.
That's right. It's a Sherlock Holmesian style story. But we will be doing our Rev Book Club on Friday as well. Thank you for everyone who joined me and Tushka for our Fantasy F Around this week for our draft special episode. And so hopefully we can kind of point you in the right direction to prepare you for your drafts this coming August, September, right around that area. And again, if you're in a Dynasty League, don't do those. And then we'll be back at it next Wednesday at Rev Sports. Wrap it up, and then shout out to Aaron's show that goes on every Tuesday as well for all you movie fans out there for that one.
Yep. Are we ready for our moment of Zen?
Let's do it.
Is one Bruins player, who would it be?
James Higgins, since he's 19 years old now, I'm giving him a fat smooch on the lips.
I'd honestly do the same. James Higgins!
Jeremy Swayman! Pasta! Just one, huh? Number 88.
David Pasternak. I like that one.
Tedora. Chase Johnson, obviously.
Bruins player.
No, next question.
Lame.
Go Bruins! They traded the one I would have picked. Marshy? Coyle. I was
Coyle's such a cutie.
I'll go with Hagen.
Hell yeah! Higgins, the little boy.
Be Arbinson.
You had to ask that question? I'll say Swayman. I wouldn't kiss anyone, but I'll give them all high fives.
Gotta kiss one of them.
Higgins?
If you could kiss one Bruins player, who would it be?
James Higgins.
Apparently, James Hagan is nice on the eyes, but they always like the young ones. I'm going to leave it at that. Not going to go too far into why there were so many people picking the youngest one. Yep, I'll leave it at that.
Well, everyone, we'll see you next week. Bye.